Takže, dámy a páni, vítam vás v ďalšieho dielu na hru Runaway 2. A budeme pokračovať. A dáme sa doprava.
I'll go see what I find.
Tak poď. Sticky fails.
I can't take one more step. I feel like someone poured a pot of boiling soup into my shoes and I'm cooking noodles between my toes. But it was worth it. Finally, some contact with civilization. There's another soldier with a car. I hope this one doesn't give me any flack. Let's see what the area has to offer.
Kam ideš?
Eureka! A bar! With a waitress and everything. Today's your lucky day. Let's go chat her up.
Brácho, kebyže ťa vidím, kade ideš. Ideš poriadne pixelovo, brácho. Tyvo, to je prdel. Naďar.
Aloha! Welcome to Luana Beach. Where did you come from?
Well, if you mean my place of birth, I come from New York. I got to Mala Island just this morning and...
You don't fool me. I haven't seen any boats or planes arrive in the last 3 days.
The thing is, I landed on the other side of the island, in a biplane that looks worse than a World War II relic.
No.
Did you fly in with Otto?
No way! You guys know each other?
Yeah, we're old pals, and I adore his cool plane. I met my ex-boyfriend Charlie in it. Where is old Otto, by the way?
I think he went to Kauai. Yeah, he left full speed ahead to deliver a shipment of Capote dogs.
Oh, I love those little puppies, and they have such a cute name. Mine is Lokelani, stranger, which means heavenly rose.
Nice to meet you, Lokelani. I'm Brian.
Oh, crap. You have the same name as my moron of an ex-boyfriend.
I thought his name was Charlie.
No, that was a different boyfriend. Brian was this loser I'd prefer to forget about. So, I'll just have to pick a different name for you. Do you like Kaimi? It means he who searches in Hawaiian.
I like the way it sounds. And if you knew me better, you'd realize it suits me to a T.
Oh yeah, and that fluffy love ball of a cockatoo is Aolani, my best friend, and the only male I can trust.
Charmed, Aolani.
I'm gonna throw you out of the street.
Lokelani, I wanted to ask you for something.
Oh, sorry. I must be the worst waitress in the Pacific. What can I do for you, Kaimi?
No, I didn't mean that. I just wanted to chat with you.
I don't know whether to believe you. Whenever my ex said some girl had just chatted with him, I knew to expect the worst.
Brian did that?
Oh no, that was Mikhail, a 7-foot-tall Russian. So, surprise me. What should we chat about?
O tom, že jak ťa prehnem cez tú linku. Počkať.
I haven't seen many people around here.
Yeah, the island's population has been reduced to just a few friends of mine. And this guy dressed like a monk who arrived last night. Plus me and the military guys, as you've observed.
Tell me about that guy who looks like a monk.
He must have gotten here last night, after I closed up. He hasn't budged all morning, and didn't even notice when I went to say hi. Maybe he's deaf, like my ex.
Mikhail?
No, Renee. He was a better man than most. He was deaf as a doorknob, but he could listen so much better than the average male.
Why didn't they evacuate you and your friends?
They let me stay a few days longer. Colonel's orders. I don't know why, though. And my two friends stayed because Knife took Kai for a ride in his motorboat. So the military guys didn't find them till they got back.
Talk to me about...
The poor thing lost his leg to a shark, but he's still the best surfer Mala Island has ever seen. And he comes from a long line of amazing witch doctors. His grandfather, the last kahuna in the family saga, even had his own TV show.
Tell me about Knife.
He goes for the heart-stopping excitement, but he's fickle. Every once in a while, he gets obsessed with a new hobby. Right now, it's surfing, and that's all he thinks about. Lately, the waves around here have been smaller than in a kiddie pool, so he spends the day island hopping in his speedboat in search of killer waves. Oh, and then there's Koala, his son, but you'd better just meet him for yourself.
Where can I find your friends?
They live together at Alawala Cove. If you want to meet them, just follow the highway toward the northeast, and you'll come across their hut. I recommend it as a day trip. It's a lovely spot. Some people think Tiki Temple ruins are prettier, but since they're in the militarized zone, visits are out of the question.
Do you get along with the military guys here on the island?
That first night, they all came here to get sloshed. But then I think the colonel forbid them to return. Now he comes alone.
When did they get here?
About 3 days ago. They evacuated everyone, declared a state of emergency, and set up camp at the Tiki Temple ruins. Rumor has it there was some deadly virus running rampant, but I think the soldiers are being paid off by real estate speculators. They'll end up developing the island into a huge golf course for bored old moneybags, like my ex.
Are you talking about Charlie?
No, I meant Renako, an African millionaire who had petroleum coming out of his diamond-studded ears.
Do you know the man in charge of the troops?
Yeah, he looks a lot like my ex, but with half the looks and twice the wrinkles. And he doesn't have that hot criminal look, of course.
Your ex-boyfriend, Brian?
No, Milo, a kid from Central Europe or somewhere around there.
I didn't know you liked older men.
It's not that I have anything for them. The only difference is on the surface, really. Inside, all men are equally childish, no matter what their age. But don't worry, most of us women like children.
After talking with him, it sounds like you got him sailing the love boat.
Love boat? Well, he can batten down the hatches and lower his mast, because there's no way I'm riding his love vessel. Plus, I can't stand tobacco smoke, and last night he came here smoking this big fat stogie. It gave off a hideous stench.
I don't like talking about that guy.
Don't look at me. You're the one who brought him up.
Military men bore me. I'm changing the subject.
Well, my ex-boyfriend was a military thug, and he really made me laugh.
Mikhail?
No, Tiru. A hilarious sergeant from India.
I suppose you didn't hear any of those soldiers mention a girlfriend of mine who fell into the lake.
Well, well, a girl. And here I was thinking you didn't have a girlfriend.
No, she isn't my girlfriend.
You sure? Look straight into my eyes and tell me she's not your girlfriend. Into my eyes, Kaimi. A little bit higher. Higher. There.
She is not my girlfriend.
Well, that's just too bad for her, isn't it? You're a bit of a liar, but an adorable one.
You're wrong. My friend is really a soccer ball, necessary on any worthwhile desert island.
Men, the only time they don't think about balls is when they're playing with them.
Hey, look! It's a cockatoo impaled on a stake.
Talk about getting off topic.
Let's talk about something else.
All right, if that's the best you can come up with.
It doesn't seem like...
Well, wait on the bar. Go down, clean up, shoo those lemurs, put on a skin. Don't be... It's...
Dobra. Już to było dość.
Why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
It comes with chalk, too. It's full of sand, ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder. I bet I can find some use for that. If I...
Aj, pardon, ja som to skipol. Dobre, surfšek. Tyvo, čo to tu je za typka? Hejo.
Hello, nice man. Hello. Yoo-hoo! Nothing. Either this guy's deaf or he's on a real trip. I hope he sees lots of planets on the way. Oh, look! He moves and everything. Did that mean yes?
Áno.
Hi, my name is Brian. Nice to meet you. I guess he can only nod to express the idea of yes. Man, how innovative. Do you know any other tricks?
Nie.
Wow,
Nie wiem.
he can shake his head to say no, too. You didn't happen to see a girl fall out?
Nie.
Maybe a... Have you...
Nie.
Maybe...
Nie.
I have a... Well, good. This guy may know something, but if he keeps talking that way, it'll be hard to discern the important part. Besides the fact that, luckily, he isn't deaf.
Není hluchý, no.
Okie doke. Let's see if he knows how to write. Hey, guy, I found a chalkboard for you. If I give it to you, you can write on it, and you won't be stuck just saying yes and no. Do you mean yes, you'll still answer yes and no, or yes, you won't? It doesn't matter. Here, take it. Thank you. You're welcome, man. You see, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Get to the point. So, you're in a hurry now? No. Running out of chalk. A girlfriend of mine fell into the lake. Are you sure you haven't seen her? Very sure.
Okay.
What are you doing here? I have a mission to accomplish.
Samozrejme.
What kind of mission do you mean, if I may ask? You may not. If you have a mission, then you're not a monk. You're a missionary. And you are a twit.
Doktokujem.
Maybe it'd be better to change the subject. Okay. Father, I have sinned. What are you telling me for? What a useless monk.
Ty si debil, jak nás stiera úplne totálne. Typek.
I am no monk.
A čo si?
Are you mute or just pretending? Long time since I used Earthling speech organs. Earthling? Don't tell me you come from another planet.
Napíše, že áno.
Chalk almost gone. So soon? Well, it did last quite a while.
Low quality... Shoot, it ran out just when this was starting to get interesting. Anyway, man, if I find something else for you to write with, we'll continue this convo.
Okay.
Ooh, it's one of those stands where you can get a souvenir photo taken. I always thought they were a little cheesy, though. I just don't get the humor. I was probably influenced by that dumb photo my mom had hanging on the living room wall, though. Me when I was 6 with a stupid grin in Donald Duck's body. My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos are about as Hawaiian as koalas, just to give an example. It's not exactly in tip-top shape, but I guess it might pass a safety inspection, if the inspector survived, that is. That's the weight of the machinery that makes the bronco buck.
Už tu nič asi není.
I'm not very tempted by the idea of chit-chatting with more military types. But if I have no other choice...
No widzisz.
Huh. This guy's reading. I hope that good habit makes him act nicer than his cohorts.
No ukáž.
Hello there.
Marine Zachariah O'Connor, at your orders, sir.
What do you mean, at my orders?
Pardon my indiscretion, sir, but I know a superior officer when I see one, even if he's disguised in plain clothes, sir.
Jeez, how funny. Why do you think that?
Because you wear flashy colors to draw attention to yourself, sir. And that is precisely what nobody would expect of a soldier going incognito, sir. If you allow me to make a remark, I believe that was a very intelligent idea, sir.
Well, if you say so. By the way, you could try not to yell when you're talking.
Impossible, sir. I'm hard of hearing. If I don't speak up, I run the risk of not knowing what the devil I'm saying, sir.
Okay.
Let's see. What do I say to him now?
Soldier O'Connor.
Sir, yes, sir.
Take me to the camp.
Shoot, sir, I can't. People would be surprised to see a civilian snooping around. Someone would recognize you and it would mess up your plans, sir.
Well, whether I'm recognized or not is my problem.
I know you're testing me, and I'll end up with my butt in jail if I fall into your trap. So I'm forced to say, no, sir.
I was told that nobody would bug me if I came in with Soldier O'Connor.
No, sir. Only Professor Pignon is authorized to enter the camp with me, sir.
Okay.
Who's Professor Pignon?
I've never seen him, sir. I only know that when he gets here, I'm supposed to drive him to the camp and remain at his orders as long as he's on the island, sir. Ah, and I was given a photo. Look.
Which one is he? The monobrow with the wart?
No, sir. The old one is Professor James Simon. Good guy. He retired a year ago, more or less.
So, Pignon is the young one.
Gee, sir. You are a sharp tack. I never would have guessed that in my life.
Have you considered I could have you drawn and quartered for giving away confidential info?
You've got me between a rock and a hard place, sir. I'm damned if I lie, and I'm damned if I tell the truth. I'm just a foot soldier who can't compete with your devilish West Point logic, sir.
Do you know how he'll get here?
I guess you'll be tired, sir.
I meant, what mode of transportation will he arrive in?
I don't know, sir. But whether by plane, train, boat, or swimming, you can't deny he'll be tired. Especially if he comes swimming, sir.
Let's talk about something else.
As you order, sir.
Return to your position, soldier.
At your...
Dobra.
I'd better not get too close. It's full of sap. No. 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 That won't do. It's not leaning over as much as...
Huh?
I'd better not get too... No. 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 Right now I don't know why I would want it.
Počkať. Dobre.
From the look of those... I'm not exactly...
Tak to
I hope
otvor.
it smells better inside than outside. Bags of trash, old newspapers. Ooh, this could be totally usable. Almost a whole stick of butter. And no, nothing else in there looks recyclable, at least for now.
Dobre, máme máslo. Máslo.
Yeah, I'll keep inspecting the island. I'll try to find that... Maybe her friends can... Well, unless I'm lost, this must be them. And I'm willing to bet the guy with the surfboard is Knife. I'm gonna go check it out. Hey, you're Knife, right?
Sure am, mate. Have we met?
Actually, I haven't, but I've heard about you.
Gnarly, mate. My fame back at the University of California remains. I'm not surprised, though. After so many years trying to finish school, even the professors know me.
No, Lokilani's the one who mentioned you.
Lokilani's one hot babe, eh? She's like totally for my bones, mate. But don't tell Kai or he'll go aggro.
Okay. Hey, I haven't introduced myself. My name is...
I heard that, bro. You just told Brian that Lokelani thinks you're the kind. And no one's gonna swallow that, bro.
He is like totally full of himself sometimes. He thinks the fact that some shark chowed down on his paw is enough to impress a Betty like... Wait, what did Lokelani say about me?
Not much. She just said you're crazy about surfing.
How could I not? I was born in Byron Bay.
Where?
Byron Bay, in Australia, mate. The place with the bitchinest airs on the planet, buddy boy. Thing is, when I was a kid, I didn't like surfing. I was all into underwater diving. California's where I got all hyped on surfing, but crikey, over there in Cali, it's majorly packed. You know you gotta reserve a wave at least 2 days in advance?
No, I didn't. Hard to believe.
I'm telling you, and don't think that means you get to ride it alone. Nuh-uh, they rent it out to so many mates at once you feel like you're surfing in a public toilet.
So, of course you decided to come here for the peace and quiet.
For Kai, too. When I was a freshman in Surfing Sciences, I saw him do a demo and a video. And it was so gnarly that I dropped out of college to become a student. Kai rules, mate. People say he's a bum just because he spends 16 hours a day resting. But all the masters have to meditate.
I guess that video was recorded before he lost his leg, right?
Negative, mate. The most awesome thing is that his mastery's greater with that iron leg than most people with Hey, you're not trying to get him to give you classes, are you?
Don't worry. Surfing's not my thing.
You're not into surfing? Whoa, what's up with that? I knew there were some freaks out there, but... So, what brings you to Mola, then?
Before, you said you...
Full on, since people... I
Okay.
didn't go to class.
Look, Lonnie told me you have a...
Look, so,
I think...
not the goddamn and people.
Could...
Alright, if those army thugs then for play.
What?
My to balance.
Okay, balance.
Is...
No.
I take him down to get all stoked and not a single pathetic...
Don't you take him to...
That Loki love, of course, my...
And...
He's one, right? In on I but then he started to... Plus,
Super.
let's talk... Isn't...
What?
I don't know about...
What's...
Tight, since I...
Seem...
I'm not sure.
You...
I'm... We... This...
Did you...
No, it might. I call him Koala. What is it?
What?
Could me... This... And if you turn... By the way...
What?
Didn't you... He made... But ever since he...
Let's leave...
Yeah.
I'll just...
Later...
Okay.
And...
Sure. I doubt Knife would mind. It's a good rope. Seems strong. According to Knife... I have... Perfect complexion in... It may be... I don't know why they say talcum powders. To me, it's...
Nové pudra.
No. No. It's not leaning over as much as most palms in windy air. Not unless...
Okay.
It's quite a bit tall. It's quite a bit No, right? No, 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 no. No, right? That make... I don't... That doesn't sound like a bright... It's not leaning over as much as most palms, and I'd better not get too close. It's full of... I don't want to get... What if I fall and crack my head open?
Ale prosím ťa.